You beckon. We follow the light of the Southern Cross to an ancient place forgotten by time, stopping at nothing to find you. Your silent voice calls, whispering deep secrets of great mysteries and even greater memories, from a primeval past to an uncertain future. Falling from above, rising from the deep, constant, changing, ever-flowing, a perfect circle, a grand design. You are in me, and I am you. Water is life.
So I've heard about Jurassic Lake for years, right? The way it happened was really wild, just like this place.
Any place that's called Jurassic has to have something crazy going on.
So in 1994, the gaucho plants these fish in the system.
Sembramos en el río y 50.000 alevinos en el año 94, 95, una cosa así. Parte de esos alevinos bajasen al lago y ahí se originó toda la movida que hay ahora, que le gustó, que es famoso en todo el mundo.
These fish found themselves in an environment that felt right to them. They made their way up and down the river. The fish came down, they found the lake.
There they found the perfect place to live and to feed, because the biomass of food here in this lake is tremendous.
Here we are 25 years later with massively huge rainbow trout.
Jamás en la vida me hubiera imaginado que terminaría siendo una cosa así, pero bueno, la vida uno lo va llevando por distintos.
We fished the lake for a couple of days and then we decided to venture up the river.
You look at water, which is essential to anyone and anything in life. And for me personally, you know, I want to know what's inside the water. I want to go and find what's swimming around in it. And that's my passion, you know. It's finding these areas. It's finding these remote areas that holds beautiful fish. And that sort of gives us the ability to not only travel and see these magical places, but within these places, you find magic people.
If you came here and the fish were half the size, it would still be a really cool fishery. But because these fish are extra large, extra big, extra fat, that makes this place extra special.
Jurassic Lake is very much its name. It's desolate, it's out there, it's remote. It reminds me of going back home. It looks like the Seychelles. You've got crystal clear water. You've got untouched beaches. You've got two different countries, two different worlds, but fish are fish. They sort of act in the same way. They do the same thing. They break our heads, they make us really frustrated, and at times they make us exceptionally happy. And whether you'd be in the Seychelles or whether you'd be in Patagonia, fishing's fishing, and it's awesome to see the similarities between the two.
Estove Atoll is situated 160 nautical miles northwest of Madagascar.
It's a little atoll in the middle of nowhere. When you tell somebody that you're going to be away and not be in contact, this is where you are.
This is the end of the road. You can't believe that it still exists, a place like this on this earth. It's so wild, so untouched, so remote.
In the early days, we didn't have Google, so when we were guiding out here in these areas and exploring these areas, we used to have to go to the chart office. We got this chart of Estove and we saw, it's a unique place and it's an amazing place we'd like to visit.
We started doing some exploratory trips in this area more than 10 years ago, and
ever since we walked on this atoll, I've wanted to come back. There's just a complete kind of sensory overload.
I think a lot of people have this dreamy image of these exotic places that we are in these atolls, but when you have a closer look, you can actually see how harsh this environment is. You've got these big coral outcrops and you literally look like you're walking the face of the moon. It's barren. You'd almost expect like a roll bush to roll past you like in the desert. Then when the tide starts pushing and the water starts coming onto the flats, it switches on like a light.
When that tide turns and comes in, it brings with it life. You get all the triggerfish coming on the flats, all the bonefish coming on the flats. And obviously with those fish species, you get the predators, the GTs coming on and chasing them.
It's not like trout going, I love trout, but going, oh, it's lovely. Oh, these things are coming at you. It's like a raging pit bull. You know, I don't care how good you are. You could be the best fly caster in the world. You can stand on a podium, you can do perfect loops, and the crowd can cheer you. I don't give a stuff. Put you on a flat, and you've got a 60-pound fish with its back out of the water, charging at you, with your guide going, here. I don't care how good you are. It's about controlling panic.
Come on, be ready, buddy. Yeah, 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 yeah!
The adrenaline, the panic and the elation at the end, I tell you, it's utterly, utterly unique.
Exploring these places is one thing, you know, it's not about finding the next destination, it's more about preserving these places.
I think as human beings we need to realize that water is life and everything revolves around it.
We need to make sure the ecosystems are protected. We need to make sure that we don't impose too much on these ecosystems in the way we fish them, and the way we walk on them, and the way we actually affect the species.
The world is an incredible place. If we can look after our water, look after our fish stocks, and we as anglers, you know, it's up to us.
You know, a true example is Alphonse. Last season we caught and released 16,500 fish. So it is a sustainable ecosystem. You know, it's not a one-time catch where you come out and catch all these fish, put too much pressure on them and it disappears.